Hello, welcome to another PLAMonday. Yeah, haha, it is Monday, it is late at night, at least where I am, and I'm back in the workshop. And as you can see with the graphics and with the title, today I start with a new kit, with a new model kit. I completed the Saku last week, and today I'm starting with this frame arms, or should I better say frame music girl Snow Miku kit that is as it's saying based on the frame arms girl frame system thingy. You know, let's take a closer look on the box. I do like how it says like another color version. So it is Snow Miku. It is a bit of a more classic Snow Miku or Miku outfit in general. It's nothing over the top, but it just says another color version. So this is like really meta, I think. Because I think there are more frame music kits, and I think there is even a Snow Miku. So I guess another color version is correct, so to say. So let me quickly set up the camera correct so that we can start. And yeah. It is another Monday. I hope you had a good start into the week. And let's check for a moment before we start with the stream. Let's check for a moment the weather. So what's the current weather? Because right now it is very comfortable outside as well as inside, but we are at the start, so to say, of a new heat wave. So the next few days will be critical again. So I don't know if I'm looking forward to this. Okay, so let's unbox this. That's the first thing to do with a new kit. I hope I've set up everything correct. I changed the title, I changed the rotating graphic over there, and so yeah, should be nice. So on the side we can see what's inside. We have Miku, of course, and then we have like a microphone stand, that one, and then we have like two little speakers on a stand. I don't know. It's okay, I guess. They look a bit like mechanical, like mecha designed, but yeah, it's a gimmick, you know. It says gimmick on the side. On the other side, we have like the faces. So I don't know if there are 3 faces included or if it's only like 1 or 2, because here are the decals. And they have like eyes on them as well, but no mouth. So yeah, let's see what's inside. Like I said, this should be compatible with the frame arms line. I also like those boxes. I think those boxes are have a nice format. They are nice to display. They are matte finish, so they look. I like the styling of those boxes. So it's the same with like the frame arms girls, so you can display them. It does not look out of place. So I like those boxes. So also I like the building instructions that come with them. They are nice in quality. So there's the little support folder that is basically meaningless. So we have the folder, the support folder, the building instructions. We have all the like the licenses. We have the frame arms girl license, we have the Snow Miku license, we have the Miku Hatsune logo here, we have a Hobby Japan, and we have a Kotobukiya. So all the licenses are combined. And so here we can see her with all the equipment, and then it gets right to it. There is a text, a Japanese text for Snow Miku. Let's quickly translate this as well. I'm curious what it says. Let's see. Okay. Why doesn't it like translate? Okay. Maybe I should like turn on my Wi-Fi. Okay. Does it now work? Oh yeah, now it works. Okay. Snow Miku is a character that supports Hokkaido. Okay, so the snowy region of Japan. It was born in 2010, so this is almost 20 years ago, like more than 15 years ago, when a pure white snow sculpture of Hatsune Miku was created for the Sapporo Snow Festival. Since then, the Snow Miku Festival, featuring Snow Miku as the main character, has been held annually in Hokkaido. The costume design for Snow Miku outfit at the Snow Miku Festival are solicited online each year based on specific theme. Currently, she serves as an ambassador for various initiatives to revitalize Hokkaido, and is expanding her support in many directions through collaborations with companies and characters. Furthermore, since September 2024, so quite recently, she has also been active as a Sapporo tourism ambassador. So, okay. Honestly, I did not know this lore about Snow Miku and about her deep connection to Sapporo. The only thing that comes in mind when I hear Sapporo is beer, first and foremost, and then of course, yeah, winter. I know it's the like winter region in Japan. Didn't they have even like the Winter Olympics there once? So yeah, okay, but that's a nice little like description about Snow Miku. Then we can see all the runners, and then we are start with the build. The instructions are like black and white, only the schematics, and then on the back side we have several like the decals where to put them, and a color guide, so to say. Okay. Well. Okay. There is a stand included. That's, I mean, it's a very basic stand, but still, it's a stand. So, okay. And so yeah, let's start building her. Let's start building her. Okay. Okay. So we start with the head, so the title actually makes sense of the stream. Head first into a new kit. But first we have to unbox or to open all the runners. Crinkly time it is. So here is the hair layer for the Snow Miku hair parts. Okay. So this is like A. Does this fit into my holder? I'm not sure. Maybe if I cut this off here, then it will fit. Yes. Yes, it does. Okay, so the counter for parts that fell to the ground is already at 2 because I did not redeem it since last Saturday. But hopefully today I will be able to redeem. Do not redeem! Because basically for those who don't know, every time a part, like one of those small parts, fell to the ground and hit the floor, I have to increase the counter by 1, and at the end of the stream I might rate someone and donate some bits based on the number of pieces that fell to the ground. So we have an F. We have basically 2 F runners. I don't know why we have like 2 F runners. That's always interesting, but no. Let's put them here. They're identically in wait. It's like 2 separate colors. It's like the same runner, but the parts are the same, but the color is different. What? Why? Is this like one of those things again where I can build her in different colors? Okay. So I'm a bit confused why there are 2 runners of the same with the same parts there, because obviously I would not need them. That's like the thing with model kits. This is also like Oki told me that he has like several kits where it's basically everything you need to build like the character on the front of the box, but also there are a ton of extra parts that you can almost build a second figure. I mean, I also had this with the grand scale dress-up body, but at least there it was advertised on the box that you can actually build like variations, but you will need an additional head. But with some of the kits, he said that basically you can build 2 of them, but of course you can't really build 2 of them because it's just a variation. Okay, so there are, this is like G runner. Okay. Oh, a whole runner fell to the ground. I guess I will ignore this, okay? Because come on, that's not a part. That's because of this silly little runner holder, to be honest. But I printed it and now I will use it. Those are the flesh parts. Okay, it's a C runner. C. Then we have like 2 H runner. Those are for the gimmicks, for the speakers, so to say. I think most of them are. There are further speaker parts, and then of course there are the panties as well. So we have like speaker parts in a light blue color, and then we have the A, B, C. What is this? F. Let's put this in here. Okay. Then we have 2 clear parts. Oh. 2 very special clear parts. I wonder where they belong, to be honest. So we have two clear parts. Interesting. Then on the K runner we have those like notes. I guess those are the stands for the speakers. Then we have a few caps. I think like those are the ball joints for the hands. Okay. Then we have the decals, separately packed. Oh, and then we actually have like color separated scarf, not scarf, skirt parts. Those are already color separated and separately, like kind of like a Figma, separately pouched. So I will also let them stay in here. Here are more of those parts. It's actually pretty nice that those are molded parts with color separation. Not bad. And then we have 3 different faces, 3 printed different faces. That's also very nice. 3 different faces. We have the typical hand runner as well. I guess I can unbox those, or we will need those at a certain point. Yeah, it's like the bendable hand runner. Then we have 2 sticks and the base. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. And then we have a scarf and some gloves, some white gloves. Yeah, very nice, very nice. So I will let them box because I don't think I need them yet. So to keep the desk a little bit clutter free. Okay, let's start. There has to be a separate face on here, but apparently not. That's interesting though. So apparently there is no blank face, there are just some eye decals. I mean, I don't complain because blank faces are always like, okay, I have to attach the decals. That's not the problem, but I also have to like maybe paint the face. And let's be honest, I won't be able to do it like the pre-printed ones. So I'm not complaining there. It's okay. So let's start with the head. Let's see how this is going, huh? I mean, this should be a relatively straightforward build, to be honest. Don't know if I will paint her. Let's see how she turns out, and then I will decide. This is like a little I will show it to you. Let me cut this off. This is like a little head. Look at it. It's like a little face, like a little face. Like a stone face of some sort. So, as I said, I hope you had a good start into the week. Mine was okay, not too bad, I guess. I'm especially proud to report that I powered through the whole weekend. I spent most of my weekend in the editing bay, and I completed the Tokai Teo figure review. So another figure review done, and yeah, I've already set up the premiere of the review. It will go live tomorrow in the afternoon, or if you're watching from another time zone, it's I guess 3:30 p.m. Central European time. So let's see how this review is doing in terms of engagement. Because not gonna lie, last couple videos were a little bit underwhelming. But to be fair, they weren't the like most anticipated figures. And also I still have the feeling that the constant live streaming that is also like copied to YouTube does not help with the metrics of the channel. Because, you know, if you are subscribed and you were subscribed for the figure reviews, and then you get like constant notifications 2 times a week that a new video is uploaded, and it's just like the VOD of the live stream, it can get annoying. I understand, you know. So I'm still on the fence if I will just stop live streaming on YouTube. But then sometimes I see the metrics for the streams, and sometimes it's like 2 or 3 views, so basically nothing. But sometimes it's like double digits, like 20 or 30, and I'm like, why? It's interesting to see, honestly. But yeah. Okay, so this is like the back of her hair. Then we have like F. Okay, F is a different part. Then we have A10, and A5. So two really small F parts, A parts. Okay. Okay. So yeah. I hope I can show you the ready Saku later next month, but I got a report. It's a bit embarrassing, or it's a bit sad, but when I put him together last week, one of the shoulder joints broke, and yeah. And I wasn't even like applying much pressure. It was just fell off, basically. There were a few parts where it just basically broke off into separate pieces with this kit. I still don't know why. Maybe it's the like some of the paint or the panel line ink that I put on. But yeah, the arm is now like not really posable. I mean, I glued it together, and I will just hope that once Oki comes over and poses it, that if it breaks again, we will just glue it on again, because it's plastic. You can always glue, but you won't be able to pose it. That's not a problem, I guess, because I will not like change those kits anyway. I mean, those are like fully posable robots with like tons of joints and posability, but I'm not doing that. I will just pose it once, and then I will let it sit. At least that's the plan, you know. So yeah, but I gotta say, the weapons that I built, that I painted for him, they look really nice. Was worth the commitment to also make the weapons a bit nicer, because I always have the feeling that the equipment of those kits is the least favorite part, or that's the part that gets the least amount of love or attention. So yeah. already a very small part of her hair. Oh shit. So I'm pretty sure that some parts will fall to the ground today. Not feeling particularly good today in that regard. Bit more clumsier than usual, I guess. So yeah. Okay, let's put this in. Okay. Interesting. Interesting technique. Then we have this, and then we have like from the sea runner. It's much more easier if you have them in order, gotta say. There's also, oh, I just squatted a mosquito. Huh. I was like, is this a fly or something? Because something was buzzing around, but no, it was a mosquito. Yeah, it's we actually had a bit of rain last couple days, so mosquitoes came back. But as I said, we are heading into the next heat wave with like couple days with 40 degrees Celsius over the weekend. I also was under the impression that Ani Night, that's our biggest convention in Austria, or yeah, I mean it's the oldest, and if you purely are like focused on anime, it's the biggest convention. If you are like basic pop culture stuff, there is another one in November that is like more focused broadly on pop culture, and since it's hosted in a big venue with like tons of advertising, it's the biggest one in terms of attendees. But Anime Night is still like the oldest and most like classical anime convention in Austria. I guess they are now like plus 20 years, because when I was like still attending them, they had like their 10-year anniversary, like most events had at the time. So yeah, pretty commendable, I think, that it's now such a long time. Anime Night. It also has to be the convention with the most like locations a convention ever had, because you know they had like almost like double digit locations at this point, I guess. Okay, this part is strange. It's just, I'm not quite sure about this, gotta say. Just it feels strange, not gonna lie. But okay, I will just ignore it for now. Let's see how where this leads. If I might have to glue this, because this does not feel right. Okay, so that's 21, and now I gotta check if this is blue or I guess I need the dark blue ones. I mean, maybe that's this another color version gimmick, but they are basically the two same runners with the same parts in different colors. And I will go for the dark blue one. Okay. So this goes on her back. Just like this. Yeah, but this still feels strange. And then the large part goes on like this, okay. So then we have like two side parts. Oh, there's the microphone already. Oh. Lots of warning signs over here. Do not break stuff. So F runner. Still that one. Okay, let's go with this easier side here. Like the F8. F8, okay. That one here. So should this be also like dark? Yeah, this should be dark. Or yeah. Yeah. Then we have F20. Okay, that one. And then from the I runner, that is where is this? Ah, okay. Those are the separate like parts. The part 2, okay. So I like the dark blue. You can really like sand those parts, and you don't see any like remaining scratches. It's a very forgiving color, I think. So from what I've heard, this is a pretty recent kit. Came out this year, like in April or May. And it was now locally available at my good friends from Planet Japan. It's funny that I now like buy more and more stuff local again. If you would have told me that like 10 or like even like 5 years ago, that buying anime figures locally is becoming the better option, I would have said that's crazy talk. But especially if you know someone in the store, it helps, of course. But still, importing stuff is getting like more and more unwise to do because of all the shipping fees and the fees of the fees, the fee, and like our new taxes. But you know, I'm Austrian. What do I complain? I mean, like there are people from the US that had it more even worse in terms of tariffs. I mean, you just have to browse my figure collection, and the threads are like basically there are so many of them like saying, oh, how is it like with the tariffs and stuff like that. I mean, it got better because it's not in the news as often as it used to be like last year. Well, still the things I guess remain, and it sucks. But on the other hand, I think honestly it should be like possible to buy stuff like this locally for a fair price, because this is like a business model that you can scale, and it doesn't make sense that if a private person buys something from a shop in Japan and lets it ships it here, that this is like more less expensive than like buying it in a local store. This should not be the case, you know. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, first one is done. Now the right side is the one with the microphone, like I have, but I have it on the left side. Why do you even have it on the left side? There's no possibility to have this on the right side, I think. But Miku has her microphone on the right side. So we have same parts again, but microphone is a separate part. So all right then. I don't know how long I will stream today. Like I said, I'm a bit like, I don't know, not feeling too enthusiastic today. Even though I started with a new kit, so I should be fairly excited, but I want to go to sleep. I want to go to bed. Tomorrow I have to start working on the my month in figure script, so that I can hopefully film the video on Wednesday. Wednesday will still be hot though, but you know, I have to do it. For the 10 people who watch like my month in figures, basically a small video vlog, a vlog, so to say, where I just tell you what I did in the hobby in the last couple of weeks. Like all the pictures that I took, most of the time one, and all the videos that I made, most of the time one. Well, most of the time it's 2 videos. Let's be fair. But still, and also like some side projects. If something happens, like the Saku kit that got finished, I might show it to you in a picture, in a nicely done picture. And also, of course, I take a look at all the releases that happened to be scheduled in July, for example. And then I will pick my favorites. And I also try to order my top pick, so to say, like the figure I like the most in the corresponding month. And until now, it worked. I got my 6 figures, and now it's the 7th one that I might be ordering. And I guess I will do this, at least the thing with the figures, until the end of the year, because then I will have another like 5 or 6 figures that I can't open to keep them in mint condition reasons. And so yeah, and I don't want to have like my whole house with filled with boxed figures, and my whole showcase only displaying boxed figures. So I will just stop buying so many, or at least for me, you know, so many figures, because other people, they are buying like 5 figures a month. There's the common meme with the 6-figure salary, you know. And yeah, I will just stop buying them, work on my backlog on figures for reviews, but also for figure photos. And if there is one that really interests me, I consider them, but not that I have to like pick a figure each month to buy. I guess next year I will focus more on the big spots in my showcase, because there are like 4 or 5 really big slots in there, and those should be the centerpieces of the collection, so to say. And those deserve special figures, and also a bit bigger figures. So maybe I will spec into 1 to 4 figures. I mean, easier said than done, because most of the time those figures tend to be bunny girls, and I don't find them especially attractive or desirable. So I'm not a bunny girl enjoyer, so to say. So the 1/4 scale, that is a bit more commanding than the usual 1/8 or 1/7. Also, you know, is how should I attach this microphone? And where even is the microphone? Okay. Oh, okay, it goes in here, I see. I really have to clip my nails. They are really long these days. So I guess Wonderfest was also held last weekend, because I read a couple of tweets. Mostly people. I haven't seen much of the announced figures, like the prototypes. Most of the people I follow on Twitter are basically sculptors and artists. So it was more like a model kit, like garage kit tweets. People got awesome figures and sold them, and every time I was like, oh, that's a nice concept for a figure. And then I looked into the message and I translated it, and it basically says, oh, that's just a garage kit. And then yeah. I mean, garage kits are still such a nice thing. If you can do garage kits really well, you're basically set for life. I mean, just okay. So now this is the microphone. You know, it's very tiny part. So I have to be careful not to mess this up. Yeah, but I wasn't even mad that the arm of the Saku broke off, because first, of course, I can't really do much about it. Even though I've had like spare like parts, it would be really annoying to open the whole shoulder build. So yeah, I see this as a everything with those model kits until this point. I see it as a like learning experience. And I'm curious if I continue this hobby and I look back in like 5 or 10 years to my old kits, if I can see a significant improvement in build quality. Because one could say it's just like sticking together and clicking together plastic, so how can you even improve? But I guess you can. Like, for example, this microphone. How does it go in there? I mean, it's like this, and then it's like this, so it must go. I should be able to just slide this into here. Yeah, okay, I did it. I guess I did it. Okay. I mean, I guess it's okay that it can move a bit. Yeah. Okay, so we have a little backside of a hat. So the next one is from the A runner, everything from the A runner, 15, 16, and 8. 8 is this part here. Whoa, it jumped on me. Oh shit! It fell on the ground. I had it on my lap, and then I was like, oh yeah, well, things happen, like I said. But it really jumped on me. It was like, oh, that's the thing why we have the counter. I mean, it's all fun and games. That's a interesting like color and material, I think, for a runner. I mean, Miku's hair are like can be so many things. There can be so many colors, but also so many shades of blue, so many materials. Some of them are flat colored, some are like shiny, glossy, some of them are transparent, translucent, whatever. So Miku's hair can be basically anything. There is no rhyme or reason to this whole thing. Maybe while I'm building a Miku model kit, it might be a good thing to talk about my experience with Miku in general. You see, I'm doing the YouTuber movie review thing where somebody wants to review a recent movie, and then he starts the video off with, but of course I have to tell you all my previous experience with this franchise that reaches back 30 years. So let me start in the year of 1997 when the first Flops Fuck movie came out, and I pretty much enjoyed it. I thought it was a great, you see? So I don't know when like Miku was a thing, like when she was invented. I mean, Snow Miku was 2010. We just read this. Yeah. But normal Miku must be pretty old by now. I know that her origin is this like Yamaha, I guess, synthesizer software thingy. And as far as the music aspect of Miku goes, since I'm not a music maker, I'm not a creative person when it comes to music, I don't really care about the music aspect of Miku. There are very little songs that I enjoy because I don't know. I mean, back then, this whole like artificial voice thing that most Miku songs have was a little like nice gimmick at the time because it was pretty novel then. But nowadays, I find the voice like really artificial, too artificial, and a bit like annoying for my taste. You know, compared to like what like stuff like VTubers are putting out, because you know those are like real people and they can sometimes sing very well, because those are basically just, you know, digital idols. But yeah, so the music was never my thing. When it comes to Miku, I was mainly my main like contact point with Miku. It was of course figures, and even then. The problem is that Miku is like the smallest common denomination for figures. So usually when you have a really like stunning concept for a figure, just doesn't have to be like a specific character, but just a concept of a figure. Let's say something with flowers, you know, or something with music, because you know it fits the theme. Then yeah, just make it a Miku figure, and then it will sell, because you know it's a character that everybody recognizes, and therefore the figure will sell. If you do the same figure, the same concept with like an anime character, it can be a popular one, but it will never achieve this level of hype, I guess. So most of the time, if you want to have really awesome looking scale figures as a concept, even as a concept, you can't like you have to buy a Miku at a certain point, because there are so many really awesome Miku figures out there, because she is this this icon by now. I mean, you know, it's more like a mascot at this point. I mean, I don't know if she's really that well recognized amongst like normal people, like normies. If I would like print a picture of her and ask around in my company, for example, I don't think many people would really recognize her, at least, or like can name her correct, or like say, okay, this is Miku Hatsune. It's like an idol thing. I don't know. I don't. They don't have to know like the whole backstory, but at least, okay, this is like a Japanese like digital idol thing. Okay, that would be enough to convince me that you know what you're speaking of. So, and I don't think she is that well recognized. But if you would print the same picture like from like a One Piece character by now, or like a Son Goku, or like a Pokemon, people would recognize her. I think. No, but those characters are even more beloved. But there are a few, and there are not so many characters that are really out there, I think. So, I mean, for us it's clear because we are like really involved with this whole hobby. But for outsiders, I don't know what's the most popular anime character for normal people. Is it still Sailor Moon? Maybe it is. Maybe it is still Sailor Moon. So yeah. Or is it Pikachu? But then again, like those like Pokemon is like a different beast, because those are more like little critters and mascots by themselves. I guess a lot of older folks would still recognize the characters from their childhood that just happen to be like Japanese animation, like those Baba Baba, or like some of the like, or at least was like produced in Japan, because it was back then it was the cheapest way to produce animation. Well. Ghibli, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe Totoro. Totoro is pretty like a Hello Kitty. I mean, Hello Kitty, yeah. I mean, you could argue Hello Kitty would be the most like well-known character. I mean, it's a character. It's a Sanrio character, so I guess it's correct technically. Which is sad, because, you know, Hello Kitty is like, this is I don't know, it feels like still like being obsessed with Mickey Mouse, because they are way better, like way cuter characters these days, even from Sanrio. So I don't know. But yeah, I guess Hello Kitty might be still the most well-known Japanese character out there. Like I said, and sometimes it helps if there is a like a Netflix adaptation, like a real life adaptation. Let's say for example One Piece. Because I don't think that many like really normal people that don't care about anime know about One Piece. Especially if they don't have kids, you know. If you have kids, you might get like introduced to those series and characters by your kids, and then you might have to buy like, you know, bootleg stationary or bootleg school wear, like backpacks and stuff with those characters on it, and so you might know about them because of this. So yeah, I mean, you could technically, the most popular and well-known character from Japan, you could also technically say it's Mario from like the video games, like Super Mario Brothers. Especially nowadays with all the like movies that came out. So yeah, or like another like Nintendo character like Donkey Kong. But I think Donkey Kong is like already too much of a deep cut, I think, so to say. No, Super Mario might be like the most like recognizable character. Because with Pokemon, yeah, I mean Pikachu, of course, but then it quickly ends. I don't think many people will recognize Ash Ketchum. Don't think so. And the other Pokemon, yeah, I mean maybe they have seen a Charizard, like the like first 10 Pokemon that there were. But I don't know. You always would think that it's more well known, but then again, if I think about stuff that I doesn't care about, like let's say like sport teams, I mean there are people within my company who can pretty much tell you every single soccer player from like the first to like from like what was it called, the Premier League in England, to like a regional cup. Can name you every single like player. But you know, if you would show me a picture, like take the Panini album with the stickers inside and show me some of those people, I will not recognize them. I mean, none of them, I guess. I mean, I guess I would like recognize Cristiano Ronaldo. That would be the one. And I guess I could recognize Messi. But yeah, then because the other famous ones, like what was he called, Oliver Kahn, the German goalie, is not like playing anymore. I mean, there was this one, the Norwegian dude, but I don't know his name. So yeah. So that's like the thing, you know, you have to consider with all those things. If you just take a thing that you don't care about and let's ask yourself how much you would know about this if somebody asks you about it on the street. Or let's just say like, it can go with everything. I mean, it just has to be like a relatively broad appeal. Like for example, cars. If you don't care about cars and somebody asks you about like any race car or like a sports car or like car in general, you would not know. But for other people, it's the world. It's their world. And so I guess it's the same with anime. And to have a character or a car or a soccer player or whatever to transcend those realms so that everybody knows, regardless of interest, age, or stuff like that, those are the arguably the goatest characters, you know? To an extent where we might say this is like too mainstream or that's too normie, but still, it is recommendable and it is like applaudable that so many people know a figure or a character or a car or a guy, like an athlete. Same goes for like pop stars in general, you know. Some people are really into music and pop stars and like stars, like musicians. But then there are those that everybody knows. And by know, I don't mean like I've heard a song about from this person, or I know if you say like if I say the name, I know what she's doing or he's doing. No, I know if I show a picture of this person to you, you can tell me his or her full name and what this person is doing. You know, so that's what I'm like saying about well known. It's not just okay. I heard this name before. I guess it's a singer, isn't it? So no, just it's like the opposite of knowledge. It's like the what is it called? The what's the English version? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Style of quizzes where you get asked a question and you already have like 4 answers to choose from. So you can feel smart in a way, but let's be honest, you aren't, because I mean the questions are getting harder and harder. The further you reach the ladder with the money, you know, it's getting closer to a million. The questions getting harder and harder, and those four choices might not be as much as a support as they used to be, but still, if those questions of the game show gets asked to normal people on the street without those 4 options, the answers would be widely different and would be much harder to get it right. So yeah. I mean, still, even if you don't know it, you just have like to pick one of the 4, and it's just, you know, still an interesting choice. I mean, if I give you a 24% chance of 1 million, you will never have this high of a chance again. But most people don't gamble at this stage. They will just, you know, choose the safe out and take the money they already like secured. But yeah, most of the time you will never get this close to get 1 million with just like a 25% chance. Okay, so now for the twin tails, or one of the twin tails. Yeah. 1 and 9. Let's see, excuse me. I should have brought an energy drink. Maybe that's the reason I did not drink my daily energy drink today. I'm taking such good care of my body. But no, it's the good energy drink, you know, it's the healthy energy drink, the one that comes as a powder, with no sugar, and, you know, basically so thin and fine powder that if you just handle it in a very orderly manner and very slowly, it just dusts everywhere, and I'm like, I want to drink it, I don't want to like have it in my lungs, thank you very much. But then again, I'm the person who is like working in the workshop and sanding and spraying and working on stuff without any form of protection whatsoever, so I should be quiet. But yeah. Miku's hair. It's like the spoon, isn't it? It was the one meme that you can use your Miku twin tail as a spoon. I was under the impression that I saw something here crawling on the desk. Maybe I am really tired. Who knows? I mean, I was so happy that I could finish the review. Normally, I really enjoy editing. Gotta say, you know, especially once I have started with something. But currently, I'm more excited about this. You know, the let me show this to you. The diorama thingy that I'm currently building. So this is everything is like laid out at this moment. Yeah, and so I just want to spend time in the workshop. And for some reason, my ears are a bit like sensitive when it comes to the handle of this headset, the strap. I will just like take a short break after I finish this one twin tail and drink something. No energy drink because it's too late at night now for that, but just cold water. Cold water. I can't wait for cold water. Yeah. And also have to be very like slow and methodical to spend as much time as possible with those model kits, because I don't want to buy a new one every 2 weeks. And so I'm building slow as ever. No, I really want to like take my time with those things. I've also like, I guess like last time or last week, I guess I talked about upgrading my production, my video production, with some like automated dollies, because apparently there are now like companies who do like motorized dollies that can like swivel around, because I just have a slider in the studio that moves from left to right or up and down. But for up and down it was not designed, so it's a bit stressful for the rig to go up and down. But there are now like rigs that is basically can do all those things, even move around on the ground freely, and they have like AI tracking so that you don't have to do it manually for objects and stuff like that. And I looked into those prices, and I wasn't be like, so it's very modular, so you can't really, you know, you have to dig a little deeper to get the full scope, and I don't know exactly what I need or what I would consider buying, but it's pretty expensive though. So a decent motorized rig with like a crane dolly for I'm talking for like what is it called? Product photo and product videos, not like real cinematography for people. Still, it would cost like $3,000 to $5,000 I'm not sure. I mean, it is tempting to upgrade my video like editing process and maybe do more like really artsy figure reviews, and go outside and film figures on locations, beautiful locations, not like in front of a black or gray background. So this would also be an interesting. Those are the things that interest me. The things that nobody does. Those are the things that interest me. things that aren't easy, things that not many people would consider doing. Those are the things that really interest me. So I'm clicking together my Miku spoon, and we have a Miku spoon. Very, very pointy. So now we can just put this in here. And we have a Miku twin tail thing. Very nice, very nice. So, and I guess we have to do this. There is nowhere is it stated that I have to do this 2 times, to be honest. Because it just says do it once here. Okay? And then next page is already like mount the two twin tails to her head. There's no 2. Oh. Also, well, I do it again, okay. Have to memorize all the steps. But yeah, I wanted to grab something to drink, so I will take a short break, and then I guess I will stream until the head is done. Let's make it a short one today. Ooh, it did not fall to the floor. Look, it's here, together with some other parts of the runner on my lap. And this one was F runner, like this one. But yeah, so I mean the motorized rig is something I would consider buying, or I can't really say invest in, because it's not an investment. Let's be real. And what I'm also would consider buying, but I don't know if I would like use it or if it's really that useful, would be a 3D scanner of some sort, so that I can, in theory, scan real life items and just have them printed for figures or for my dolls. But I guess before I do that, I might as well change the nozzle of my 3D printer to a 0.2. A 1.2 would be ridiculous, but a 0.2. Because like on the weekend I also printed a small belt buckle because my mom asked if I could print a belt buckle, because apparently she is working on another smart doll apparel. And so I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can try, because printing like really small parts, and the smart doll belt buckle is like just the size of this part, and also with the fin, like the fin parts. So yeah, and the printer doesn't like this at all, especially if you only print this small part and nothing else. But it was the first time where I tried to print something like 45 or 40 degrees erected, so that supports can work a little bit better and are easier to remove. And I gotta say, I mean, it was still tiny and it was still a bit annoying, but I can see the benefit of this. for like bigger projects. But yeah, I guess I will just swap out the nozzle for 0.21. I know that like other prints, if I print something bigger, will take longer because of this, but usually I don't print like really large things, so I guess I can just ignore that. And if I really have to print large items on a bigger, like for a longer time, I can just swap it out again. Because I also have to like get in touch with my printer to maintain it, because at some point I will have to like put in some grease. Recently I just swapped out the silica gel again to dehumidify it. I really have to say, I mean, I can't say that my prints are 100% perfect, but for how wet and how damp it is here in the basement, I mean, I have an enclosed printer and I have an enclosed EMS, so that helps, but still, and I only like fill in a little bit of silica gel, like those like beads, the silica beads. I mean, there would be like specialized compartments that you can put into the AMS and fill, but I just use a little like pouch, little organza pouch and fill it up. And so even with this like very primitive method, and I just change it every like 2 months or like up to like 5 weeks, like 5 to 9 weeks, depending on how moist it is. And it works really well, gotta say. I don't have the feeling that my filament is degrading. And I don't print much. I mean, some people might burn through filament in days, but I don't print much. And so, yeah, I think that at least with the humidity that everybody is so spooked of, I don't have any issues. Okay, so I will have to drink something, because otherwise I will still talk and talk and talk and talk, but don't drink anything. So let's see each other in a couple minutes. I will take a short break, and yeah, see ya. Okay, and I'm back. Still, I got something to drink. I found that I still have a box of orange juice in the fridge, so I sipped a bit of orange juice. Very summery beverage. And I'm continuing to build a Miku Hatsune frame music girl. I have one spoon. I have the back of her head. I have the front bangs. And now I'll do the second spoon, and then we just put together the head and see how this looks. I just found out that this is like F runner. Yeah, I can. Those are like those are white. I should use the white ones. Damn, this is really like, I guess, annoying. I mean, some people would like celebrate this. I'm sure there is a reason behind this double runner with all the parts on it. But for me, it's a bit annoying because I constantly have to check what color it is supposed to be, and of course the instructions are only schematics, so like black and white, or just white, just like outlines. Gotta say, this is only the thing that also bugs me with most figures, because for how big this whole like hobby has become, the little pamphlets that are included with figures that basically tell you how to mount those and how to set them up, they are still terrible in print quality, in colors. Like, I don't know, wouldn't it be nice if you buy a really nice scale figure? I mean, you just spent like what, 150, 200, 300 bucks for a really awesome scale figure. Wouldn't it be nice if it comes with such like a little like booklet or magazine with like pictures of the figure inside, and maybe, I mean, yeah, now I'm getting crazy, like the people who worked on her and stuff like that. I mean, it doesn't have to come with every figure, with every like Nendoroid or Figma and stuff like that, but for like really major scale figure releases, it would be nice to have something like that. Just make it like 3 or 4 pages. It doesn't have to be like a whole magazine, but still something. You know, that would be nice. And of course, make the building instructions a little bit like full color and stuff like that. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, that would bite into the profit margin, I guess, too much. I also have seen that I guess it's a frame arm kit, I think, like based on the frame arm series, that the Shino, Kafu Shino from Is the Order Rabbit, don't know the Japanese title, is it Gochiusa, something like that, is out, that you can build. Oh, she's an adorable character, almost as well loved as and well known as Miku. No, she's not well. I mean, in the community she is, but if you would take a picture of Kafushino and show it to someone, nobody would recognize this character. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, not even within the community, there are people now that know every single property, like it was when this whole thing started to blow up, like in the good old days, you know, the good old anime fandom days. I think I have an empty runner. Yeah, I think so. That's an empty runner. In the good old days of anime and manga and Japanese pop culture fandom, you could know everything. You could know every single series, you could read every manga, you could know every single opening because back then, and even still, but nowadays those quizzes aren't even fun to participate in and to watch. But back then you could like we had like pop quizzes, where you had to guess the anime opening. So they would play a little sound bite, and you had to guess which series this comes from. And back then, you really stood a chance because there were not so many titles to choose from. But nowadays, I mean, even though if I don't, I mean, I don't watch the newest stuff as much, admittingly, but still, even if you watch, I mean, at some point there are so many series, so many openings, and at some point it's like pop music. They might blend together into something like, something similar, like the whole opening blob, because it's rarely that an opening really stands out and goes viral. I think. I mean, what was the last like viral opening? I guess it was the I guess Nonoko Tan, like the deer one, was pretty recognizable, and then of course the Dadadan thing and the martial opening, because mainly because of the band. But yeah, I mean, some of them are more recognizable than others, but if it's just like your typical slice of life or romance or stuff like that, anime, it can be pretty generic. So yeah, or even like with shows like what is it called, isekai. Because basically most of the anime opening structure is the same. You have like an intro, like an acoustic intro, and it usually leads into some bridge where you have like room for the logo that is bouncing on the screen, and then it goes into the actual lyrics, where you have like your first your first text before it goes into the chorus. I'm so bad with music, I don't know the words. I know them in German, hopefully, but I don't know them in English. So yeah, and most of those the opening structure is always the same. If you especially if you pay attention, most openings are styled the same. So yeah, of course, then also the music has to be at least arranged in the same manner. And for me as a foreigner, I also like pretty much every Japanese voice actor or singer sounds a bit alike. Sometimes there is one that stands out, but most of your like typical like innocent, because usually there is a typecast. You have like the innocent girl, you have the happy one, you have the shy one, you have like the wild one, and so either it's like it is the same person that speaks this character, or they are typecast, or like they try to get one that sounds similar. So it is pretty hard, especially for one that is not like native speaking Japanese, to hear the subtle differences in their voices. And so yeah. What was I even asked? What it was even trying to say? So nowadays we have much more stuff to watch, so we can't really know it all and recognize it all. So yeah. Same goes with the AMV making, because AMV was something I followed a bit even when I already ended my convention hopping career. I still enjoyed AMVs. And so, but yeah, usually it was like with all the more broader available anime shows, because let's face it, back then it was really hard to get the footage of certain animes. You could either like rip it straight from the DVDs, or like be a cheapskate and record it from the TV. or from your like some people even did like record the cutscenes from their video games, from their PlayStation 2s and whatnot. Or you could like basically just use like YouTube videos that were available, like poorly rendered and poorly quality YouTube videos. But nowadays you can simply just torrent every single anime that is out there and have it with like top quality and without subtitles and stuff like that. But back then it was pretty hard. And you also had like only a very selective number of titles to choose from, at least what was like well known. And so you had a very limited toolbox, I think, and you had to be creative. Nowadays you can make an AMV with pretty much everything, and so yeah. And still, if you go to a contest, or if you host a contest, chances are that you will just receive the same entry over and over again in terms of series, because they always choose the most popular series at this point, at this time. And it makes sense, because it's the one that the most people saw, because nobody can watch everything. So if you have like it basically goes like this: you watch a new series, and then you think about, oh, this would go well with this song. No, that's basically the whole idea. You watch an anime and you say, oh, I know this like song, and it would perfectly fit the tone of the show, or the characters, or the setting, or whatnot, or the story. And so you get to work and edit an AMV. But the other way around, it's much more like harder to do. If you have a song and you would say, oh, I would find the perfect anime for this, or I have a story in my head and I have to come up with the perfect visuals to accompany them, because then you would really have to know your shit. You really have to know, okay, I have watched like 200 anime series recently, and out of those 200s I can pick like those 4 that would perfectly fit this idea. So that's the more artistic way, I guess, to tackle this creative process of making an AMV. And I think this one really became less and less a viable option, because nobody knows the animes anymore, because there are so many of them now. And that's also why trends don't usually like stick as long as they used to. I mean, nowadays you have a viral anime, and usually when the season ends, it's already like died down. Sometimes things stick around a bit longer, but most of the time it pretty much fades away very quickly. Yeah, but next weekend is Anime Night in Austria. I will not attend. Last year I drove there with my bike for a short period of time. But unfortunately, like I said, Anime Night had like almost like 2 double-digit locations at this point. And the one they currently have is a real nice one in terms of scale, and also, I guess, in terms of scale, and it's modern, and it's one of the better event locations in Vienna, I would say, broadly speaking. But the sad part is, it is a bit harder to reach, even if you are within Vienna, because it's in this UN district. The UN, United Nations headquarters is there, or like some of the headquarters, and it's really in the middle of that. There is like, it's almost like an underground city. It's very like, if you go, you can go there by public transport. There is a train station, underground train station, But if you go there by car, it's basically you drive underground very early before you reach the location, and then you just move underground to different like parking lots. And if you miss the right exit, then you might end up on the highway again, and you can't really just like turn around and try again. So it's I don't know. I don't like that location for people like me who used to go to a convention with the car and always had much stuff to bring with them and to deliver and to basically be the roadie of the event. So yeah, I will not attend this time because it's too much of a hassle. And each time I'm now at a convention, especially when it's a smaller one, or even if it's a larger one like Aninight, I'm always thinking to myself, what I'm even doing here? What's the point of this? Okay, so now we can stick the twin tails into her head. I'm just okay. There is a hole where this belongs. Okay, that's very nice. I'm always astounded how long Miku's hair actually are compared to her head, especially with the classic mold, with the classic model. By the way, currently I'm wearing a Racing Miku t-shirt, but the actual graphic is on the back side. Where it belongs, to be honest, I like t-shirts that have their main graphic design on the back and not on the front. Because on the front it always gets mushed together if I sit down and my belly and it gets like this, but on the back it really looks nice. Can you see this? I have to like sit down like Captain America style, and then you can actually see the graphic, There it is. It's a Racing Miku black and white thingy. Okay. So now let's go for the head. Let's unpack one of our sealed faces. Of course, I'm going with the smile one, with the open mouth one, with the with this it's the C face. Let's put this in. And then we have the hair part. And we set the hair part in here. And there we have it. Now I have a nice black shirt, so it's a good contrast. And then we have our little Miku, where she can like go like this, so she can do like T posing or like flap. These hairs are really big. Okay. Oki told me that, I mean, I don't think that they ordered half a dozen kits, but he has one, I have one, and then she's already sold out in the store. So, of course, it's a Miku. Everybody knows her. Everybody wants her, so to speak. So what's this? This is her chest. Should I build the chest as well? Let's build the chest. At least like let's see how far we come. I mean, come on. We have that's a very complicated thing, but let's see. We have an F runner, and I don't know if this should be white or white or blue. But I guess her like torso is all white, so I will go with the white runner, and hopefully it's the correct one. Let's see. I'm so sleepy. I'm so sorry. F. It's the only F part. Then we have X. X runner. X. What's the X runner? That's the X runner. It's one tiny runner with just one piece in it, like one part. Come on. There is the X runner. And then we have the C. All the flesh parts, okay. 13, that's this one, okay. Let's see. And then we have the C14. Also a interesting looking part. And I guess we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, those are all the parts that I need. And let's build this together. So for the upcoming schedule this week, we have Friday with full time, where I might as well start to put this whole diorama back together, because I think I can spend a couple hours off stream this week in the workshop, even though I want to do my this month in figure video, film it on Wednesday, edit it on Thursday. Yeah, that should go. So I don't know how much time I can spend in the workshop. I guess tomorrow I can spend a little bit of time, because I only have to write the script, look at all the figures, prepare some graphics. I really wish I could do this like in the office, but I can't. First, of course, I don't want to like be embarrassed by watching like scantily dressed figures at my office. Also, most of the really helpful sites are blocked. Like most of the gaming sites, but you know, and I don't know. Some of the stuff you might know for research are blocked. So could only do this in home office, and currently I'm not crazy, and I'm not urging for home office, because in my office I have the air conditioning, and at home I have no air conditioning. So why should I torture myself? I can just, you know, when I can just go to the office. This should be like, go in here. It's really hard. Oh my god. Oh, Whew. Ow, my fingers. They hurt. Okay, so now we have this part here. Okay. Is this? Yeah, okay. I guess it is the correct way to do it. And then we have this boru joint. Okay, so this should look like this. Let's check it against the graphic. Okay, it's a one-to-one representation. Almost one-to-one. And then there are like two parts of an E runner and a C. C19. Okay. Yeah, that one. Okay. And from E. That one. So yeah, did I tell you about full time? Yeah, I did. So next Friday, full time. And hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, at least on Saturday, when it's the 1st of August, there will be another new video on the YouTube channel. My month-in figures, where you can just basically get a short recap what I did during the past month, and also see all the figures that were released. So or at least what I think were the best 10 figures that were released. Not all of them. If we, I mean, we did this in like New Year's Eve last year, that we looked at all the figures that were released in the year, and it took us like 4 hours. But yeah, I mean, it was New Year's Eve. It was not that we had like to do something else, but still, so many figures. So many figures that are released these days. Okay, so I have one part, and let's do the other part of her chest as well, and then I will call it a day, because, you know, I got a good feeling about this kit, and that's all I wanted to do today. Start with it, so because if you start it, then you have to press on, don't you? Starting is always the hardest part. But once you have reached this like magical point of no return, where it just basically clicks together, it becomes very easy. Every project is like this, I think. First you procrastinate because you don't want to start, because you might be intimidated by the workload, and then you start and might be a struggle, but once you get in the zone, and then you can't stop, and at some point it clicks and it becomes fun to work on. I mean, not so much a model kit. I hope a model kit you enjoy from the first to the last bite, because, you know, it's your hobby, or it's something you do for leisure. But if you have a very big project that you have to tackle, then, you know, think about those steps along the way and how you can achieve them as fast as possible. I mean, I really like the thinking, the thinking and saying that we usually tend to underestimate what we can do in one day, but we also tend to underestimate what we can do in a month or in a year, or like in a longer time span. Okay, so now let's put in her second shoulder thingy. Let's put this together. So we basically can move her neck like this. It's like a little stick shift in a car, and we also can move her head like this. So, okay. Very nice. And now we can apply the chest part and the back part and, you know, other stuff. But I guess that's for another day. I will just... Can I already mount this onto her? Yeah, okay. So we have a little Miku. Can she stand on her twin tails already? I guess she can't. I still have to hold her. But yeah, that's the Miku, Snow Miku part. It will bring me refreshment when this new heat wave strikes. So I will continue building her next Monday on PLAMonday, where I always build plastic models of some sort. Sometimes mecha, sometimes bijojo, sometimes other stuff, but always plastic models. Maybe I will do like a tank or something at one point, like maybe I find one of those like girls and Panzer like models, so that we can at least stay into the realm of anime, but I would be also curious about those. Okay, so let's put the instructions back into the box, and thank you so much for joining today. Let's see how we can who we can rate, because I have like 3 parts that hit the floor, and I have to get rid of those bits so that I can reset the counter. Let me see if someone is online that I know. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, there are people online that I follow, but someone, Ipu is building again. Let's because other ones are always playing video games, and I only reward people if they are also suffering and building plastic model kits. So let's jump into Ipu's stream and say hello to the Sloth, and yeah, I see you again on Friday if you want for full time with the figure diorama, and until then, take care out there and keep having fun building, I guess.